I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Liz Eston.
And welcome to Musicals with Cheese, a podcast where I try to get Andrew and Liz to like musical theater. How are we doing today, my friends?
Oh man, is it Halloween?
It's spooky season! Woo!
I've been waiting for this all fucking year.
We got some fun stuff coming up, and I'm really excited about today's topic because, as of recording, no one else has really seen it unless you paid money for it.
We paid money for this?
I did.
So we all did.
Yes. I've been having a really good week, but sadly it's because I murdered a person. He was bullying me hardcore, and I did a murder, and now my life is a lot better.
I think everyone's life might be a lot better from that, honestly. It feels
Yeah.
like just a positive change
too.
in the world.
Oh no, it's his ghost! Ah! And I got murdered.
That is what this is about.
Nerdy Prudes Must Die! Cue the music!
High school is killing me. It's got me all out of rhythm in my melody. It's not cool, it's a fallacy. It's a cruel and unusual brutality. And I can't survive it for only so long. High school is killing me. I'm so fucking dead.
All right, class, pop quiz. I hope you've been getting the books. Miss Lauder.
Shit. I was up all late last night and I couldn't fucking study. Didn't want to anyway. I was deep in a Twitter fight about a problematic puppet. Problematic cooch. I had palpitations trying to count the crypto to lunch money. There's nowhere to turn for the class of 2021.
Nerdy Prudes Must Die is a musical written by Nick Lang and Matt Lang with music and lyrics by Jeff Blim. The show opened at the El Portal Theater in Los Angeles, California from February 16th to 25th, 2023. The show was released on digital download on September 15th and on YouTube on October 13th. We might be just getting this the week out. The plot is when the biggest losers at Hatchetfield High unwittingly complete an accident evil ritual, they unleash an all-powerful angry spirit with a grudge against nerds. That's when Stephanie Lauder, Grace Chastity, and a cast of social rejects must fight to save themselves and nerdy prudes everywhere. But can any of them survive this fury of a bully from beyond the grave? All right, we're back in StarKid territory. It's StarKid season, and all the kids are... This is probably the fastest turnaround between StarKid episodes since Black Friday and the guy who didn't like musical episodes.
You know, and we probably shouldn't spoil this whole thing.
I don't know. Why not? Fuck it.
Well, I don't want to step on their toes, you know?
That's fair enough. But what'd you think, Andrew? Sincerely, because this is brand new, like hot off the presses, and we don't usually get to do hot off the presses stuff. We're not like Ben Brantley.
So, I think I mean, we just did one that I thought wasn't that great with the last StarKid one. I feel like this one was a bit better. This one was on the upper end of the StarKid scale, I would say. Personally.
I would agree. Liz, what about you? You've been a StarKid stan for years.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was thinking about it like when I went to work today, and it's really like grown on me. A lot of the songs are really well done. I like a lot of the character interactions. I think Grace Chastity is like up there with the StarKid side characters, like with iconic quotes. Like years from now, StarKids will continue to quote this woman ad nauseum and annoy everybody on Tumblr.
Very gifable.
Yeah, very gifable show. I really enjoyed it, and all the performances are pretty good overall. Mariah's back, so just delightful.
Yes, she is wonderful. However, in a little bit of a different tier than everyone else. I think I brought this up to you when I was first watching it, and I'm like,
yeah,
she's kind of playing in a different kind of league than all the rest of the kids. I'm not gonna lie. I was really excited for this. I was really, I thought the premise was good. This is like, oh, this is going to be the Hatchetfield episode that I really, really like. And the first act was that. And I am discovering a trend with StarKid musicals where the first act will have me completely on board and sold, and then they will lose me hardcore in act 2.
I could kind of see why that would happen.
Yeah.
With this one. So
Yeah.
is Hatchetfield something they've done before?
Yes, it is
Yes.
in the same universe as The Guy That Didn't Like Musicals and Black Friday. They are all in the same universe.
Oh,
and
okay,
with
okay.
recurring characters that will return. Liz, I think I was telling you about the frustration I had with the recurring characters in this
Yeah.
one.
I think a couple of days ago, I hadn't finished watching it yet a couple of days ago, and you mentioned to me there's cameos in Act 2, and he mentioned you did a lot of eye rolling, and I was like, I'm sure I won't hate it that much, and then I started eye rolling.
I feel like I missed it, and it might be because it's been so long since I've seen
Yeah.
Yeah.
those. Was it the mayor?
No.
No, it wasn't the
No?
mayor.
It
Who
was
is
like
it?
it
It
was
was the coffee
le-
shop scene.
Yes. Where they reveal that Joey Richter's nerd character, who is a lead in this and had like a very like small bit role, they like contextualized it and brought back the two leads from The Guy That Didn't Like Musicals, who also reappeared in Black Friday. They are like
Yeah.
the characters that appear in all of them, and I just like I
Also,
don't
that
care.
character was played by disgraced former StarKid member Robert Mannion in the
Oh, yeah,
original
he said-
production. So yeah,
It was played by Robert Mannion in that one.
yeah, I saw that. I saw the guy in like musicals live. So like I remember it vividly.
We've avoided talking about that, but didn't he like send pictures of his junk to like fellow cast members and get kicked out of the group?
Yeah, I did a lot of bad stuff. We don't talk about him anymore in the StarKid fandom.
Yeah, trigger warning. Robert Mannion was like the cute boy that everyone was obsessed with until he did a problematic and got kicked out, and no one ever brings
Yeah.
him up anymore.
Yeah, he did. He
Good.
did show-stopping number, which everyone liked, and then they revealed he sucked. So bye.
Well, another Hatchetfield production that they were going to do was Working Boys, the musical, which was his big number from Guy That Didn't Like Musicals.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
No, they stopped selling merch of it too. I think so.
Yeah.
See, I thought Hatchetfield was just a clever pun on like what Haddonfield or something from
Yes,
Halloween. I forget
It
what
is.
it is.
It is that. No, it's a trilogy. This is the third one.
The trilogy. It's unrelated though, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like
It isn't unrelated because the characters pop up for like 15 seconds and then they use themes as if we're supposed, and the audience fucking loses their shit every time they play a melodic theme from like Black Friday or The Guy That Didn't Like Musicals.
Yeah, people love Wiggly.
It's like thematically connected.
It's
And
all
the
like
only-
different takes on horror. Like this is a little more on the ghost slashery end of things.
Yeah, so from the slashery end, because I'm a fan of like dumb
Yes, you
horror
are.
movies.
We all
I
are,
was
all three
looking-
of us.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
looking for references and stuff. I honestly didn't find as many as I was expecting.
Oh.
I did kind of latch on to this idea that I think they were doing I Know What You Did Last Summer,
Yes.
Yes.
but that was the only thing that I really got.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
That and they said bitch a lot. And they said
They-
bitch a lot, which I'm pretty sure, Nightmare on Elm Street, that's the joke. Freddy always says bitch a lot.
Freddie does
Yes.
say bitch a lot. Yeah.
He
Okay.
does.
I gotta be.
I'm a big
I,
Freddie fan, and I think the bitch goes a little far.
I,
He
I
doesn't
feel
start until like the third movie though, doesn't he?
Yeah, it starts with Welcome to Primetime, bitch, and it just gets worse as the series progresses.
That's the only good one, and then after that, it's just like, oh well, it worked that one time. Let's just keep doing it.
Let's just put it back in the movie. I know you improvised it the first time, Robert, but just keep putting it in. Add bitch.
well, we were talking about swearing, and this is where I'm starting to think I'm too old for StarKid shows.
Oh,
I no
Oh.
longer find joy or humor in just the punchline being I'm gonna say a swear.
I can
Like-
feel that.
Valid.
Like
That's
there was
valid.
just so many things where it's just like, oh, we said fuck.
Yeah.
And
StarKid does have like, and this is why I feel like it's like what I talked about before, where they have a high floor but a low ceiling. Like a lot of their jokes are just like we do something mildly shocking, and that's about it. And it's like that can work, but you can only go so far with that. Like you can't achieve the true greatness, of like something that will stand the test of time with something like that.
yeah.
and I also feel like post Twisted, they're afraid of sentiment. They're really terrified of sentiment or having any kind of emotional core outside of maybe a romance at the best.
They even like to kind of undercut now because like the ending of this with Grace like where she just becomes evil. Spoilers.
Yeah,
I spoiled it.
Huge spoiler, but hopefully this is out by the time it's out behind this.
Yeah. I did not feel that it. I don't know. I loved Act 1. Let me just say, Act 1 was probably leading into like my favorite StarKid show. Probably on the upper echelons of most stage shows, like comedy stage shows. Then Act 2
1
really fumbles the ball for me.
I feel like Act 2 still isn't like that bad. It's just it's not. It doesn't deliver on what Act 1 promised.
Yeah.
I don't love that they mixed their genres a bit and started doing the whole like they have to cast spells or there's like
I think
and
they
all
explained
that.
it too much. I wish they had just been like, "Oh, he's a ghost now," instead of being like, "Oh, there was a ritual." And I don't.
Yeah. Like he just comes back.
Yeah.
You know, and like if you're doing I Know What You Did Last Summer, that's what they do in that movie. He just comes back.
In the third, and I Know You Did Last Summer, he's a straight up zombie. Like, it's the zombie of the killer from the first one. Like,
I'm pretty sure in the first one he is actually technically still alive.
he is. No, is he? No, he's still alive in
pretty
the
sure.
first one, and then he dies, and he becomes a zombie in the third one.
Look, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I was talking to Jess about this. It's like a movie with way more cultural impact than it deserves, but also no one has seen it. It's like that movie that everyone parodies, but then no one has actually seen the movie. I can't think of even a better example. It's like that is the movie that everyone parodies and no one has actually watched it.
Yeah,
I've
I
also
mean, I
actually-
feel the same way because I feel like I couldn't watch it now because like Scary Movie has played with it too much.
I've also
There's
actually seen like over half of the TV series Amazon did because I was like really bored one day and I wanted to watch crap, and it's legit one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. Like
It doesn't even
awful.
have anything to do with the movie.
It has the same premise as the movie, but they add twins and TikTok and weird stuff, and it's like it's sort of
Oof.
like one twin dies, but it's a mix-up because they think one twin died, but one twin didn't die, so the one twin's pretending to be the other twin, and it's very confusing and never makes any sense. Also, it's set in Hawaii inexplicably.
Well, the ocean is like a thing in the first movie because he's like a fisher.
Yeah, except in the third one, because it's set in Colorado
But
inexplicably.
it's more of it's not like a Hawaii ocean though. It's more of like a New England like
Yeah.
fishing village type thing, you know?
Yeah. It makes sense there's a fisherman present in the first one.
Well, yeah, I actually kind of liked the first one. I watched it
Yeah, me
for the
too.
first time relatively recently, and I thought it had some like fun moments. I really love and they've parodied the shit out of it, but the
Yeah.
scene where she's on the stage and the guy's getting killed in the balcony, that's such a good scene. But
Also-
they have ruined that with like I think Scary Movie did that
Scary
Yeah,
too.
they
Movie,
did
yeah.
that.
Also, the second one isn't that bad. It's pretty bad, but like it has Jeffrey Combs and Jack Black as a pot dealer, so it has its like micro moments where you're like, this isn't the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
But this one, initially, they kind of do it. So, like, the bully kid dies accidentally, but he still blames the nerd kids. And when he kills the first kid, they do the thing where he, like, writes it on the wall, like, he says his last words on the wall or whatever, which is kind of similar to what he does in I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I feel like they could have leaned in more to that instead of going with this whole, like, ghost, demon, zombie ritual route.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing that frustrates me about the story is I love the characters. I love these characters so much. I love
I
What
think
is
the
it?
bathtub scene in this is one of the best StarKid scenes in a while.
100%.
I also feel like they didn't go far enough with it.
They went pretty far, but I mean, it was good. I feel like they should have done more with it later.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like they're afraid of sexuality that is taken seriously. Like even in like Twisted, like it's put down to like my penis is an innie.
Yeah.
I can
Or a song is
see
a
where
dick in
that fear
sheep's
would
clothing.
come from. I can see where that fear would come from because like if they feel like if they mess it up, it's going to be like really cringy.
Yeah, and they kind of idealize his body and objectify his body, but it doesn't feel like for anyone's gaze.
Well, it's for specifically this weird, sexually repressed girl.
Yeah.
And some of that really lands for me when it's like dirty girl soup. Like
Yeah.
that is
Yeah,
such
like-
a funny line.
It's so fucking weird, but you can totally see like someone that is that sexually repressed would 100% be thinking that type of shit.
Oh yeah.
All right. I love Angelina Giratana.
I think that's how you say it.
I think she is really the standout person in this show, where she really gets all the comedic beats, all the really funny bits. Like she's the new like Lauren Lopez
Is this Grace Chastity,
Yes,
or is
Grace
this
Chastity, yeah.
where she feels like a real human being while still being a comedic foil.
I think they should have put more of a focus on her, and I think they should have leaned in with like give her like a mother character that is super overbearing, like do Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Just
would have
do
been
Carrie.
more fun to play with, but I also feel like they were like, oh, parents don't need to be involved here aside from the mayor character.
But
That being-
like it would have been so good. Like she does have parents in it, and they're like clueless.
Yeah.
I feel like you should have leaned in and had her be like a like comedically over the top, overbearing Christian parent. You know, like just like absurd, like nailing their door shut and like I don't know what, like I can't even think of the jokes, but like something like that. Do Carrie,
Or
is
even do
my
that
thought.
with Mariah's character, Steph Lauder, who I think is also a great character, edgy, kind of dumb,
Very like
educational
Jade
wise.
from Victorious coded for
very
context.
bisexual coded.
Yeah, very bisexual coded.
she's into both types of ties,
Yes.
Bo
I-
and Texas.
Yes, Bolo.
Bolo
Bo and Bolo. I think Mariah is like in a different kind of class of performer than all the rest of them, where everyone is very good comedians. I think Mariah is the only good actor among them. And maybe that's a bit diminishing. But like she's the only one that feels like they don't have to try to play for the scenery, chewing the scenery in every moment, and still looks very confident and performs the scenes very well. Like my biggest struggle with this show, especially in Act 1, is Joey Richter, former guest of the show, as I don't even remember his character's name.
Peter Spankowski, I think.
Yeah, it's a joke. I don't like how broad he plays it. I don't like that it doesn't have any much variety in how he plays it. I don't feel his emotional connection to Mariah's character, Steph. I feel very lost with that character. And I feel like it feels like a performance from another show. And if we're having our only emotional core being this romance between Steph and Spankowski, why are we playing it so broad? Especially when Mariah is playing it a little bit more grounded.
Yeah, I think that was one of the weaker parts, is that basically what you said, like they needed to really lean in because that was the only core that they had. Because the rest of it is just jokes, which I mean, as a comedy, I think it still works fine. And like if that's what you're going to StarKid for, which it is, you're probably going to like this. But if you wanted something like what they did with Twisted,
Like Twisted,
so long ago.
I think that Dylan Saunders is an incredible actor first, and he happens to know how to nail a good joke. So when it gets a little more distressing for his character, you buy it. But also when he is nailing a joke, he's nailing a joke. He, with God love him, Joey Richter can nail a joke, but I don't think he's a good emotional drive to any scene.
Yeah, just a very comedic actor.
Yeah, I think also the way the character's written is also holding him back a little bit because like he can do emotional. Like if you've seen Starship, which not a lot of people have, admittedly, he does well in that with the emotional arcs. But like just some characters, you just can't pull it out.
I mean, how
his
good is he
credit,
in
at
Me and
least.
My Dick? That's got emotional arcs, right?
We don't talk about that one. We don't.
I
Also,
mean,
watch Starship.
I'm gonna be. Maybe we'll do Starship next.
Yeah.
That's been one. It's either gonna be Starship or Annie. It'll be one of the sci-fi ones.
Yeah.
I feel like Mariah is probably the next like Darren Criss as far as StarKid goes, where it's like you are kind of in a different category than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that because it makes it feel like all that. Other things I want to bring up that I think really make this stand out. I noticed that the choreography was really next level in this production. And then I looked at the choreographer. Lauren Lopez did the choreography, and she fucking nailed it. It was
She's
really,
incredible.
really good. It was easily the best dancing I've ever seen in a StarKid performance. and she's also acting and doing double duty there. That being said, what do we think about her weird bisexual, like, headgear braces character?
This was one of the characters that die off like super fast, right?
No, they die like at the top of Act 2.
Yeah.
I think her name's Ruth Fleming.
Ruth Fleming, yeah.
I don't think I struggle with her. I just think that once again, they undercut a lot of darker moments. Like when they are cutting up the body, they end on a joke about her cutting off his nipples.
Yeah.
Like things like that. I'm like, go for the dark comedy, but don't undercut the darkness.
Yeah.
However, Ruth has probably like one of the most clever songs that I'm pretty sure only I enjoy, even among the StarKids fans, which is the song she sings in Act 2. I even need to remind myself what it's called.
If I Loved You.
No, that's
No,
just
not that
one.
one.
Just for once is Ruth Fleming's
Just
song,
for once. Yeah, might be. I'm looking at the summary. So
which
my bad.
I think on its own as a scene is a brilliant scene where it's making fun of the fact that high schoolers are made to do plays made for 45-year-olds. And that in and of itself is a hilarious idea. So you got this 15, 16-year-old kid being like, at 39, I had this cancer diagnosis and I loved all the attention from it. And then my husband left, and playing all these very specific emotions that a child would not have context for. I think it's a brilliant song, and then she gets murdered right after it. Has nothing to do with the rest of the plot. In any other situation, I would hate the fact that it's there, but I think it's so fucking funny. As
Initially,
just a
I thought I
concept.
hate the barbecue monologues joke, and then it kept going, and I was just like, this is actually funny. Like,
Yes.
this is really good.
It was like Pee Wee Herman style. You stick around with it long enough, it slingshots the moon and comes back to being funny again. But who cares what we think? It's time to compare our opinions to the real critics over on Letterboxd.com. It's time for Previews, the Letterboxd game, 1 star, 5 star. And Andrew, it's you against me because Liz picked out the Letterboxd
Ooh.
reviews today. It's been a while.
Finally, gets a
Yeah.
taste of his own medicine.
All right. There is some horniness in this round of thing
I'm
because
ready.
it's StarKid. Of course, it's horny. Who
It
wants
is
to go
the
first?
most horny group. Andrew goes first. His name starts with an A.
Sure.
All right. Max Egerman, I Can Fix You.
You can't. We're gonna go with 5 though.
He's a
Correct.
corpse. Can't fix a corpse.
I mean, there's a lot of other things you can't fix. So, all right. You ready, Jess?
Mm-hmm.
This is all caps.
Got it.
Leave room for Jesus.
That's a 5.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why am I so red looking?
No,
'Cause
I
you
am
drank
too.
a
Don't
lot.
worry.
I didn't
She was so horny and gay that she had to start killing people.
That's my review of Heathers, too.
We're gonna go with 5 again.
That's a 1, Andrew. Spoiler, some people didn't like this show on Letterboxd, so it's not
I will
fun.
say, this is probably going to be one of their more controversial and polarizing ones.
Yeah, once it gets on YouTube, I'm excited to see what the comments are.
I think it
like-
might be the one that where they get like a dislike ratio that hurts them.
Yeah. Are you ready, Jess?
I'm ready.
I knew she was gonna fuck the dead guy. I fucking called it.
1 star.
5.
Fuck!
I mean, no shit. That was like
It
very
was set up
telegraphed.
from the beginning. I literally predicted it while watching Act 2. It was like, so she's gonna have sex to make the prophecy happen, right? Boom.
Well, what I hate the prophecy. I hate that that's how it's
We'll get
resolved.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I can get into some details on it later because I have the internet.
I don't
so-
mind that that's how it resolved. I just don't like the fact that the prophecy thing exists at all.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, sex being the thing that wraps it up, but also like I don't know.
It's a bit of a funny subversion since, like, usually in horror movies, sex is what gets you killed. But yeah,
I mean, with the
Yeah.
title, it feels a little too on the nose for me.
maybe.
Maybe. All right, ready, Andrew?
Yeah.
What being horny does to a motherfucker?
fuck your mother.
1 star. 1 star.
That's a 5. Ready, Jess?
I'm always ready.
This is misspelled, by the way. Delicious.
That's a 5.
That's correct. I love horny gay people.
That's a 5.
Correct.
Do you love horny gay people, Andrew?
Yeah, how do you feel about horny gay people?
I don't like horny people at all.
Damn.
Doesn't matter if they're
Asexual
gay or
king.
straight.
My client has no further comment at this time.
That's a 5.
That's a 1.
Fuck!
All right, Andrew, you can catch up. You can win or get ahead. Bread and butt sex.
Came from the butt.
That's true.
Bread and butt sex. Oh yeah, that's the joke yeah, we're gonna give it 5 because they're doing the joke.
Correct. All right. Andrew is winning.
I'm gonna fucking kill you
Excellent.
in your sleep.
Just gets one more to tie it.
Tie it, and there's one more after that. So
Andrew can still beat me no matter what.
technically,
Even though
unless
I went first, so
Yeah.
I'm literally cheating. But it's fun.
All right.
Why don't we just
Ready?
call this last one a tiebreaker and whoever guesses it first?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll do that. Yeah. So, do you want to do the next 2 as that? There's 2 left.
No, I have to tie it first, but if I
Okay.
get it.
All right. Ready?
Ready.
I had fun.
You're tricking me. That's a 1 star.
Correct. All right.
It's
This
tied.
is a tough
Andrew.
one.
Okay.
So I want to hear buzzing sound.
Okay.
It's one word. Normal.
Bzzz,
Jess.
5.
Correct.
I win!
I
Like a
think you
hair.
just guessed.
That is what? I just knew if I buzzed, I had a 50-50 chance, Andrew.
God dang. I should
If
have
you buzzed
buzzed.
at the same time, you could have squeezed it.
You know who else we can squeeze? Our wonderful patrons. How about we go into a mid-show
Yeah.
Damn, Jess is horny tonight.
So horny.
for Patreon?
Oh.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt you in the middle of the show, but we're horny for Patreon. Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations by our donors over at Patreon. Patreon's this wonderful place where you can give us money and we can do better content for it. So give us money. Give us your fucking money. Put it in the bag. If you give us money, we'll do extra podcasts and we'll do commentaries. Give us your money and you can hang out with us and we'll do the fucking live streams and we'll play Jackbox game. Give us your money and we will do anything you ask. Just give us your fucking money and we'll do things for you.
Oh my god. Our current patrons are
Yes.
Melissa Goldman, Danielle Renix, Jessica Stampede, Ewan Cassidy, Monica Thoreau, Brent Black, Daniel Stacey Kuhn, Joseph Evans Green, Mary Lou Choquette, John Vanals, Russ Walker, Musical Helk, Emily Gracie, Kyle Summers, Janae C, Scoot and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Liz Lim, Nothing is Certain Except Beth and Taxes, Thespian, Robert Benjamin, Jessica T, Mitchell Young, Chai Teacup, Chris Mark Hote, Kiji Marie Anastasio, Trevi Joseph, Leela, RJ Noriga, Julia McLennan, Bjorn Hermans, Toriana Frazier, Sammy the Adequate Amount Jacobson, Liana Morton, Kaylee Blazier, Cinemageddon Reviews, Villainous Miss, Sophina Ali, The Omega Geek, Paige Pearson, Maddie Wargle, Eliza Erdman, Anna Loskatova, Sarah Den Blaker, Evan Ball, Zachary Perez, Rora Marasso, Mara Forloin, Lisa L, Possessed Washing Machine, Nick, Row 10, Puffy Boy, Julia Hardy, Jay Kusia, Sydney Hicks, Anna Bell, Billy Clifton, Andrew Wright, The Red Caboose Kaboom, and Katie.
They give us the extra financial support that helps us keep the lights on here at Musical to Cheese. So give us your fucking money to be just like them. They give us their fucking money.
We have some very cool bonus content on the Patreon. Check it out.
We do, but also, before we get back to the show, we've got some new reviews on our show on Apple Podcasts, and we always read those. So let's take a look at the first one. It's from OOV, and they said their title is, "The show is," and about 20 dots, as if to imply that they're holding for tension. Show is funny. Andrew and Jess, yes. It's all yes. I hate it. No, I don't. Or do I? Who knows? I have totally legitimate question. Thoughts on Letterboxd the musical?
It's an idea, but I feel like there wouldn't be a coherent plot.
No,
Yeah.
it'd just be random horny plus gibberish.
It'd be a lot of horny.
Thank you for the review.
Yeah, that was a
Thank
5-star
you.
review. Thank you for reading us a review. Leave us more. The next one is from Sir L.Y. They said, "Great podcast. Very humorous and entertaining." I am 98% sure that was my own father re-reviewing this show.
That would make some sense.
Thank you, Jess's
least no
dad.
one- At least no one called it educational.
Yeah, don't do that. It would be a false lie. And this one is from the YouTubes. And this is from Brooke3312. Hey guys, just came across your video. I know it's a podcast, but you guys should film it. Don't be afraid. Good topic. We do film it, and they go specifically to our Patreon. We feel like if we gave that out to everyone, it would become a little less special. So you get the audio only, and they get the video, plus extended conversations that no one else gets.
Unedited, by the way.
Unedited completely.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So if you like the fun editing, the video won't have that, but you'll get to see us.
Yeah, and you get
Yeah.
to see a lot of things that Andrew correctly cuts out, but they are funny in the moment.
Yes, there is certain episodes where you are missing a ton of content if you aren't watching the video versions.
Yes, specifically Brent Black episodes, I think like 45 to 50 minutes get cut out of those.
Or more recently, our School of Rock episode where we cut some insane ramblings.
Yeah, you can't share those with the public.
Literally, we would get in a large amount of trouble if those got out.
They already are out.
Yeah.
Oh, no! Well, let's get back to the show. How did you like the opening number, High School is Killing Me?
I'm dead. The blood is all but draining from my head. The nightmare started there, but now has spread. My pulse is certainly dropping, and my life is hanging on by a thread.
Someone comes for me, I'm unprepared.
The weight has got me sweating. I can't cut through all the tension. It's hell on earth, you know. I'm tweeting all about it. I take it blow by blow, but I never scream or shout it.
I feel like the song is mostly fine, but the lyric in the chorus is a little strange to me.
Which one?
The like, what are they saying? It's like something melody, rhythm melody. I don't remember how it goes.
High school is
Oh.
killing me. It's got me out of my rhythm and my melody.
Yeah, that feels weird to me. I don't know why. It's got me out of my rhythm and my melody. Maybe they should have done something with it and I would have liked it, but I feel like they didn't.
They also call it a fallacy, like 2 lines later.
Because fallacy rhymes with melody.
Yes.
I mean, if you're drunk.
Jeff Blim, are you drunk?
I think Jeff Blim,
It's not like I don't hate that, but it's
Yeah.
just it felt weird to me that particular lyric.
I think a lot of the lyrics in the show are a little iffy, but I think all of the lyrics written by Jeff Blim for all the StarKid shows are kind of iffy too. Dare we mention Mud on Your Dick?
You know, I was listening to it. I think it's actually blood on your dick.
I'm pretty sure it is blood on your dick. We keep thinking it's mud on your dick. I'll look it up, but
I
Yeah.
think it's blood. Not that makes it better. It's just I think that is what it's supposed to be.
I thought it was literally mud on your dick, but I'm often wrong. Let's talk about your favorite number, Dirty Girl.
Hey, you. Daddy needs a little of that dirty soup. Slice me off a piece of that saucy you. I'd say you got me hypnotized. You're looking all filthy like you know it's wrong. I know it's right. Chaste grace. I'll never ever tell you to behave. I am expecting you to betray me. I'm only in if you're over it. A one-way ticket power trip with no room for censorship, babe. I'ma love ya all night long, but you gotta do wrong. Yeah, you gotta do wrong. Oh, dirty, dirty girl, won't you sing for me?
it's so over the top that I feel like it just this is StarKid, you know? This is what you came here for. You know? Am I wrong on that?
I like it in the moment. I think I really thought it was funnier when she brings up her fantasy to the man himself and assumes that he knew the context. And like a reasonable person, he's like, dirty girl soup, why the fuck would I say that? And she's like, that's what you said in my fantasies.
And then he finds it hot inexplicably.
I think it's just because he thinks she's hot.
Yeah.
Does he just want her because she's Christian, or does he have like actual feelings for her, do you think?
Honestly, I think the bully character has basically no personality traits outside of just being the bully. Although I do think it's funny when he basically forgives everybody and misinterprets them trying to get revenge on him as the nicest thing anyone's ever done for him. And then he dies immediately after by accident and then blames them anyways.
Yeah.
I think his death is very funny. I really like the first act. I think the first act is near perfect, honestly. I really like the bully and bury the bully counterpoint. I really think that's where Grace really kind of shines, and you see like what is supposed to be like this fun little prank turns seamlessly into a horrendous murder cover-up with the same beat, same melody, and everything.
You know, we sometimes talk about structure and everything, right?
Yes.
And I don't know if StarKid shows typically follow the traditional structure, but let's pretend that they do.
Okay.
Does that mean that the bully is the one with the I Want song, since it is immediately after the opening number? Or where he sings about how he is a literal monster, and then, of course, becomes a literal monster.
I think that High School is Killing Me is more of a prologue, and Literal Monster is kind of setting up the tension, which would make Cool As I Think I Am the I Want song.
Okay, so you think that there's a prologue song.
Also, I did look it up. So in the film version, Corey Doris sings Mud, but Jeff Blim confirmed it's supposed to be blood.
But why?
So we were half right.
But why would you make it wrong in the film version that everyone would look at?
I guess, I don't know why. I don't know the logic. I guess Jeff Blim confirmed this on the internet at some point.
Is it because YouTube censors blood?
That probably was it, most likely.
Maybe they thought Mud was funnier.
Mud is not funnier.
Anyway, off topic, but
Act 1 closer, Nerdy Prudes Must Die.
You can see I'm much improved. That ain't good news for you, you bitch. Cause I got a list, and you're on it. Whoa, whoa, does the math club comfort you? Should've joined the smoke club, you nerdy prude. Nerdy prudes must die. Nerdy prudes must die. Everybody cool, watch those nerds run for their lives. Jaegermen will rise. Blood will be my prize. Nerdy, nerdy prudes, watch me shock and cock you blood. The jock you demonized.
This song is good, but it frustrates me because it feels like there's too many words for the lyric. Like there's too many words for the phrase. Like it feels like they're racing to try to get the words out. Does that make sense?
I kind of felt that as well. I almost feel like they should have come up with a different title for this. Nerdy Prudes Must Die is just a little bit long.
It's wordy, but all of them.
It's too many
like,
syllables.
Guy that didn't like musicals is also wordy. Like, and that also feels like they're racing to fill that into the phrase too.
That guy who didn't like musicals.
Maybe they think it's funny when it's like quick like that. Which I mean, in a way, it has a certain feel to it.
I don't know, but even when they sing Dirty Dudes Must Die at the end, it still feels like they're rushing to try to get it in before the hit. Dirty Dudes Must Die! Dirty Dudes Must Die!
No, yeah, they go really fast because it's a lot of syllables to throw in to like half a measure.
yeah.
It doesn't feel very melodic, and it throws me off all the time. Not worth bringing up, but I do like the Nighthawk song just because it has the cheer in that, and I don't know, it may be the camp rock 2 in me. I love a good stupid cheer.
IGHT
duh, 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 ka, ka. Like, it's so
The
stupid.
caca is so freaking. They do that more than once too. It's not just
They
in the
do it
song.
like 5 or 6
5
times.
times.
It's so fucking weird. I love it, and they just refer to the game as the big game.
Yes.
It's very similar to like Bottom's energy, where it's like the big game is happening, but they never talk about football because the writer clearly doesn't know anything about football. It's like
Yeah, it's the big game.
very on point.
Like
You
this
said it
one.
was
So.
good.
Yeah, I did. If I Loved You is a song I don't particularly like. I think it's kind of weird, the placement it is. And also, it steals the song from the title from a Rodgers and Hammerstein classic, which will make that impossible to Google for the rest of time.
I never wanted you anyway. I always knew my place and knew my lane. But you had to go and seduce and play a game. But I'm off that train.
Wait a minute, you're not off the hook. Who's the victim when you shoot me looks? I'd never go for a geek who'd spend the prom in a stall.
If I loved you, you would know it.
If I loved you, I would show it.
If I loved you like you should be loved.
Loved you like I'm capable of. If you were the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, babe, I'd let you know.
I almost wish that it was more of an intentional reference. I mean, it may be an intentional reference, but I feel like they should have like quoted the song or something.
Not even once. It's more like, if I loved you, you would know. It's very kind of rock. This might be a presumptuous thing. I don't think Jeff Blim knows a lot about musical theater.
That is probably true.
Whereas
So he
I
probably
think
doesn't know that he just he named a song after one of the most famous music theater songs ever.
I really don't think he has a big breadth. Whereas I feel like AJ Holmes, who did the score for Twisted and all that, and the Harry Potter musicals, really has an understanding of musical theater and references and a deep wealth of knowledge, so he can throw little references and callbacks and things. Where Jeff Blim is like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if they like did it? He's a real kind of like dude kind of songwriter.
Which is fine. I mean,
It's not a bad thing.
We need that type of writer sometimes, but
I think it sets us apart from a lot of like proper Broadway theater.
Also,
It's more
AJ
like,
Holmes did the music for Me and My Dick. So
But he also did
damn.
Twisted, didn't he?
he did do Twisted, but I'm just saying he also did Me and My Dick. So everyone has a moment. Also, Darren Criss did lyrics for Me and My Dick.
I did know that one. He
Yes.
did the lyrics for the first Harry Potter, the second Harry Potter, and Me and My Dick, and a little bit of Starship.
See, Me and My Dick must be really good.
All right,
You
kids,
guys
vote,
really like talking about it.
vote at home. Should we do Starship next or Me and My Dick next?
Please vote
or,
for Starship.
or one of the Harry Potters.
I'm campaigning for Starship.
Please vote for anything but one of the Harry Potters.
anything.
or
but-
Annie.
I don't want to cover Harry Potter.
What is our overall thoughts on Nerdy Prudes Must Die and our cheese ratings?
I feel like we've been more negative than I really intended because I don't know. I feel like I kind of liked this one for the most part.
I feel like we front-loaded the positivity, though.
Yeah, that's true. I think that what I kind of felt was weak was the music, honestly. And that feels a little mean to say. But on some ways, I think the music was one of the weaker aspects of this. And I really more enjoyed some of the story things that they were doing, especially in the first half. That being said, it's still completely good StarKid musical. And if you have 2 hours and you want to watch something on YouTube, it's probably a good use of your time.
Fair enough.
As far as a cheese rating, I feel like they referenced a cheese in the show, but I can't remember. Maybe we give it butter instead of a cheese. And instead of butter, we say butt sex instead.
Can't you? Making us think about that night at the lake. I struggle with this show because I can tell that they like horror tropes, but I don't believe the writers like horror movies. And maybe that's if they did, they would reference it the way that they reference specific Disney movies or they respect Disney musicals and things like that. Whereas here, it just felt like they liked the idea of some horror aspects. There is not a single they don't play with the narrative at all. Like they play with a little bit of the sound in the soundscape, but I did not feel the horror elements were effective, and therefore the comedy just felt like all that they were offering. And when that kind of fell flat in the second half, when you're trying to take it a little more seriously, it just didn't hit for me. So really, I feel conflicted about this, and I know I sound more negative than I should, but I think it's because I loved the first act so fucking much, and then the second act felt like it kind of let me down a bit more. And I'm now noticing that is a fairly common trend with StarKid musicals, especially the more recent ones with the score by Jeff Blim. I would love it if they did something a little different. I know we love the Hatcherfield thing, but maybe try taking a step back and doing something a little differently for the next one. But the things I really, really like, and I will give this soft goat cheese from Dirty Girl Farm, because I'm going to make some Dirty Girl soup, and that is in Andy's, New York.
I was thinking cheddar cheese soup.
Perfect.
After some reflection, I feel like that's fitting.
Perfect. All right, Liz.
I struggle with this initially, but some of these started to grow on me a little bit. I think this will be either a love it or hate it in general among StarKid community, like overall. There's a lot of aspects that we're like nitpicking just because Act 1 is so good that Act 2 just kind of drips down in terms of quality. But I enjoyed overall. I thought the performances were good. I thought the songs were decent across the board. Some of them weren't super strong, but they were solid. I enjoyed this a lot, and I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're a fan, if you just like musicals in general.
Or
I
if
do
you're a
wish there's
nerdy
more
prude.
horror movie references in it, though. I totally agree with that. So I'm going to give this the cheese grater from Evil Dead Rise because spooky.
Did you like Evil Dead Rise?
I loved Evil Dead Rise. I saw it in
did too.
theaters with like 3 people in the theater with me and my significant other. It was delightful.
It was when I was in the midst of making the movie, and it was the first day that I just had to not think about it for an hour.
It's
and
a
it was
perfect don't think movie.
truly one of the most like calming, wonderful experiences I've had in months up to that point. So I think I don't want to rewatch it anytime soon because I'm scared it won't be as good as that first watch.
Yeah. It's on Max if you want to check it out. If anyone's listening,
Have you
it's very
watched it,
good.
Andrew?
Recommend it.
I have not.
I had a friend come up to me like a month ago, and he's like, "Did you watch Evil Dead Rise?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I love it." He's like, "That was the most disgusting movie I've ever seen. Truly, truly heinous stuff." And I'm like, he's like,
So
"I
you
can't
just don't
believe
like it.
there's no hope in that movie. There's no joy in that movie." I'm like, "Yeah, I think you're going for the wrong things with an Evil Dead movie."
Yeah, if you're going for hope and joy, don't go see an Evil Dead movie.
I don't know. Evil Dead 2 is pretty funny.
That's true. It's fun.
Army of Darkness is fucking hilarious.
Army of Darkness is like honestly, I would expect even an Evil Dead movie to be very funny.
It is
I
not
don't know
funny.
about hopeful, but
I've only seen the first Evil Dead because I watched it while I was working on Evil Dead the musical in college, and I was at a party watching it, and by the time we got to Evil Dead 2, I was too drunk to enjoy Evil Dead 2, so I went in the kitchen and kept drinking.
Andrew, you have to put Nerdy Prudes Must Die in your StarKid ranking at the bottom of this. Remind us where everything else is.
all right. In A tier, we have Twisted. We have Guy That Didn't Like Musicals and Black Friday. In B tier, we have Tread Oregon and Holy Musical Batman. In C tier, we have the Very Potter musical, and we don't have anything in D tier. It doesn't seem.
Yet. Me and my dick's still
Me and
coming.
my dick will end up there.
I'm probably gonna put this. Oh, geez, does this go at the bottom of A or the top of B?
Honestly, I'd put it above the other two, Guy That Didn't Like Musical and Black Friday.
Okay, I haven't. See, I'm kind of like remembering those and being like, yeah, I like those, but I don't really remember anything about them. So,
Yeah.
You know, I'll take Jess's opinion into consideration. We will put it right below Twisted. So
Yeah.
this is Nerdy Prudes Must Die, and I feel like you made a great point during your like recap there. There really just needed to be more horror movie references. Like
Yeah.
it felt like they just didn't know. They knew the tropes, but they didn't know
Yeah.
the movies or anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Not to throw
since-
this out, but it's very similar to like American Horror Story, where I feel like Ryan Murphy likes horror movies, but he doesn't love them enough. So like I will never watch that show. So
That show has one good season and a
Yeah.
bunch of garbage.
That
Yeah.
show looks to me like it's supposed to be like horror for people that don't like horror.
No
That
horror
is
per
fairly
fan I've
correct.
ever interacted with has actually watches that show.
I've never seen any of it.
My
I have
girlfriend
no
really loved it. My girlfriend really liked it for the first like 5-6 seasons. So I would watch it, and the only good season is the second season that takes place in an asylum, where someone is put in there that is not supposed to be there, and that alone is kind of scary, and then horrible things happen there, and it does the scary thing pretty well. That is the only one that has an effective premise. Every other one is Garbo.
Yeah,
Maybe
I heard
it's a hot
Coven's
take.
pretty good, but people like witches, and that's probably why.
It might be a hot take from me, but I don't think a TV horror series can ever be good unless it's anthology.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What about season-long anthology? Like,
I think it can't.
I've seen Scream.
It's too much content.
I've seen Scream season 1. It's not good.
I mean,
I
my
don't think
argument is going to
horror
be like
works long form.
horror of Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor and Midnight Mass. I think
So I watched
That's a good point.
Haunting of Bly Manor, and I thought it was good, but I did not think it was scary.
I watch Midnight Mass because I'm a Catholic. I'm a former Catholic, so it's extra scary to me. But I found it scary, but I didn't find it like scary. Like it was like creepy.
I just think long form horror like that doesn't work unless it's being told in a specific way. Like the example I would think of is like Marble Hornets or something like that, like an internet series where it's like short bits and it's being fed to you, and it's like
Flanagan's like scariest stuff is short. Like his movies, like Hush is his scariest movie, and it's his shortest project he's ever made.
I don't know. Dr. Sleep freaks me the fuck out.
Oh, I love Dr. Sleep. Like I love Dr. Sleep. I watched it with my dad, so.
Okay, I'm gonna throw one that I know no one has seen, but I think is like one of the most underrated scary shows ever.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And that is the Fox the Fox Exorcist series. Does anyone else remember this?
I remember it coming out and then being canceled immediately.
It was canceled after 2 seasons, and like it had some of the best like currently now horror directions. Like Ty West, who did Pearl and X, was one of the directors of in it. Like it is truly one of the most haunting and horrifying TV shows ever put on, and it was on just a network show.
Oh, I was thinking of Rosemary's Baby, the TV show that got promptly canceled very quickly.
Yeah, no, it's like the Heather's TV show that got canceled before it even aired. Speaking of canceled before it even aired, thank you guys for listening. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and nowhere else at Musicals and Cheese. We're on Twitter at Cheesy Musicals, Patreon Musicals and Cheese, Instagram Musicals and Cheese, YouTube page Musicals and Cheese, Patreon only podcast, Patreon with Cheese. Email us at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. I love you, Juliet. Here's some ASMR for you. Nerdy prudes must die. Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform and for not kicking us off or whatever the fuck that just was. All right, guys, we have anything left to say?
I'm gonna drink the soup.